Welcome back to Blind Item Breakdown. Our first blind item is about Timothée Chalamet and his girlfriend Kylie Jenner. It reads, the meme actor loves the wealth and the toys. He would just never flaunt it like his reality star hookup, which is why they will never be more than a hookup. Now, Timmy might think that he's better than thou, but he's just as bad as the Kardashians are. I mean, I see him out there enjoying Kylie's private jet. This comment reads that if you choose to be with a Kardashian Jenner for more than a few hours, you need to keep them at arm's length. Otherwise, they will draw you into their vortex of destruction. Another comment reads that Timothée flaunts his wealth and privilege in a different way, but still appreciates the publicity and the free flights that Kylie brings to the table. Let's put this on the record because I have a feeling that Timothée really enjoys his private jet time. This comment asks, is Kylie paying him or is he paying her? This person replied, it's reciprocal. She gets credibility for being with a real actor and he gets massively expanded visibility and endless stories like this one. I want to acknowledge that I'm not a huge movie buff, so honestly, I may not know much about our boy Timmy if it wasn't for Kylie. But speaking of showing off, Kylie and her sister Kendall were not shy recently when it came to this $400,000 bag. In a video that's going viral, these two were at a restaurant table, a table in public, balancing their purse on their head, which I don't think they teach you that in etiquette. I mean, it seems like really bad manners. In the video, you can see Kylie acting like a literal 4-year-old, putting a purse on top of her head while sitting at a table, supposedly going to eat, but who knows. And I'm not one to ever comment on someone's clothing, but I have to say this dress is just awful. Comment below. Something about the cutouts, it's not very flattering. Now, lucky for Timothée, Kylie doesn't mind doing a long distance relationship. We see a lot of relationships fall apart because of their busy schedules, but these two are trying to make it work. The couple were spotted holding hands as they reunited in Saint-Tropez, France, following Kylie attending Lauren Sanchez and Jeff Bezos' wedding. I just have a feeling that Timothée was like, did any guys hit on you? Did anything happen? Are you sure? Because we all know Kris Jenner was pimping out all of her daughters while they were all there. But it looks like the two only had a few days together because Timothée is out filming his next project, Dune Messiah, which comment below if you guys have seen the Dune movies before. The source claims that these two haven't been around each other since before the wedding, so Kylie was really excited when he arrived in France. The source claims that Kylie will fly to see him whenever she can. They're still very happy and just trying to make it work. He knows the next few months will be exhausting, so he's taking a moment just to relax and reset. Hopefully Timothée doesn't have a love interest in Dune Messiah, because that's typically what happens when an actor goes to work for a couple months. They end up falling in love with their co-star. So if I was Kylie Jenner, I'd probably clear out some schedules and make sure my private jet is available.
Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet, new financial drama. A source is alleging that Timothée has been under pressure of keeping up with Kylie's lavish spending habits, particularly when they go on expensive trips together. Quote, Timothée has made millions of dollars over the last 3 years with this run of hits he's been on, but even after all that, his wealth pales in comparison to Kylie's. The insider even added that Timothée has been spoiling the mother of two with his lavish trips despite the obvious income disparity, but occasionally he becomes bothered by the expenses. He's doing his best to keep up, and he and Kylie have bonded on these expensive trips and vacations they've taken over the last several months. You know, they were just in Italy together, and that looked pretty good too, and expensive. The insider even established, but Timmy does feel the pinch when he's splurging on Kylie, after which they moved to another.
Our next blind item is about Kelly Clarkson. It reads, the talk show host is really rethinking the whole quitting the talk show thing. If you can't sell out opening night of your residency, things will only get worse from there. Canceling the show doesn't make the problem go away. Now, I really did not see Kelly Clarkson having Jennifer Lopez energy, that kind of delusion where she thinks she's that popular. I mean, I love me some Kelly Clarkson, but I'm not going out to Vegas to go and see her. This comment reads, who actually has the money to fly to Las Vegas, rent a room, and pay for the concert tickets these days? Everything has become so expensive, especially traveling, which I totally agree. I was trying to see if I could fit like one more trip in this summer, but looking at the flight prices, I think we'll have to wait till next year. Another person shared a screenshot saying, yeah, this doesn't look good. After attending both Adele and multiple Dead & Co shows over the past few years, both of them were way more sold out than this. I live in Vegas, and this summer we have less visitors than last year. Not like a crash crash or anything, but it's down about 5%. And I wonder why. Comment below if you guys live in Vegas and you know why. I mean, is it because it's so hot or everything's just so pricey? This comment reads, although Kelly Clarkson is a very capable singer, she's always been something of a novelty act. Oh my gosh, they write, the plucky fat Midwestern girl who beat everyone's expectations through sheer grit and talent, and for a time the world was at her feet. But her demographic now is middle-aged, stay-at-home, and shut-ins who find her a pleasant and comforting presence but don't actually care about hearing new music from her. And I can understand that because she's a talk show host. She's in everyone's living rooms every day and they like her there. I don't think that people are listening to Kelly Clarkson to go and have fun or to relax. I mean, if you're trying to listen to Kelly Clarkson, you're probably trying to cry a little bit. Well, this recent headline reads that devastated Kelly Clarkson cancels her Las Vegas residency opening night minutes before showtime. Now, that's actually worse than even having the expensive show, is canceling it minutes before, because all of those people traveled. Well, I mean, not that many people, but a good amount of people traveled and bought rooms, and now they don't get a refund. She decided to cancel the show just 90 minutes before she was set to hit the stage, which I would have probably still been getting ready, probably would have been eating dinner, and then got a notification that, like, Kelly's not going on? What do you mean I saved up my entire, year for this? I got off of work for a week for this. What do you mean, Kelly? This person writes, I genuinely believe artists need to reimburse fans that travel for their shows and then cancel at the last minute. Now, knock on wood, I've never actually had a show cancel right before I was there, but comment below if you guys have and who it was and what reason did they give you. This person writes, I do not blame her for canceling, as I'm sure it was necessary, but there has to be some kind of repercussion, something for the people that spent thousands of dollars to get here. Another person writes, I wish you would have done this sooner than 15 minutes before doors opening. I hope you feel better. And let's talk about what Kelly's excuse was, because of course she's not going to sit here and say, oh, we canceled it because we did not sell enough tickets. She says the prep and rehearsals have taken a toll on her voice. I want the shows to be perfect for y'all, and I need to protect myself from doing serious damage to her vocal cords. Now, I might be working late, but I am not a singer, and I don't understand what that really means as far as her vocals are hurting. My non-musical abilities think that it could really be an issue because one of my friends growing up, she had vocal nodules, but also at the same time, it seems like the most convenient excuse for any singer. Kelly Clarkson's controversial concert cancellation comes after rumors that the talk show host is dealing with very painful personal issues that may force her to quit the Kelly Clarkson show. If you guys follow me on Instagram and TikTok, I did post a video a few months ago that went viral talking about how Kelly Clarkson wasn't showing up to her shows and there weren't any explanations. In May, we did see her speak about her television show, saying that she hasn't done a performance in a while because she has a talk show. It's like a whole other job. Page 6 reported that Kelly Clarkson plans to end her talk show run in 2026 when her contract expires after season 7.
We've been doing this way too long to blow your voice out in rehearsals and preparing. I don't buy it. It's a bad look. These artists need to realize that fans, when they come to Vegas, are spending a lot of money to fly, for accommodations, for tickets, for all kinds of other stuff. Pull the plug on 90 minutes before the show is unacceptable. And I feel bad for all the Kelly Clarkson fans who were there. I think Kelly recovers from this. I think Adele did. Adele was a series of some things, pulling the plug on the residency, kind of lying about it, and then putting out what I believe was a terrible album. All those three things, I think, stalled Adele. I think she was okay. Her residency certainly did well. But again, it feels like a parallel here with Kelly Clarkson. So, I don't know, man. Truly feel bad, and it makes you think twice about buying tickets for shows that are that far away, because it sure seems like the artists just don't care. I'm sorry. Do better, Kelly Clarkson.
Let's get into Paul Mescal and Gracie Abrams. The blind item reads, this actor is done with the Nepo baby singer. Too much drama and too much diva. He wants things much more casual and calm. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard Gracie Abrams' music, but it is the furthest thing from calm. This comment reads, tell me with a straight face that Gracie would have become famous if she wasn't the daughter of Jar Jar Abrams. Morning Glory writes that Gracie doesn't have a strong voice and her enunciation is poor. Looking cool on your couch and eating ice cream That's what it sounds like. Well, Gracie better hold on to her relationship with Paul because they just went Instagram official recently, and after doing that, it's hard to go back. This article writes, Gracie, who has been dating the Normal People star for more than a year, simply captioned her post with a string of red love hearts. The pair have been romantically linked since June 2024 after they were spotted having a cozy dinner date, but they kept their romance relatively under wraps, rarely speaking about one another in interviews or appearing on red carpets together. I mean, after Ariana Grande almost stole Paul away from her, I would be a little bit cautious too. They sparked split rumors earlier this year when the Mail Online revealed that they had a tearful argument while dining at a trendy restaurant in London, but they have since patched things up. And looking at the recent clips of these two, it seems like they made up all right. Let's talk about Bhad Bhabie. This blind item reads, the catch-free celebrity was lying about how much she makes on the DIY adult site to try to get other women to sign up so she could take a percentage of their earnings. Plus, her baby daddy takes a lot of her earnings. She isn't going to have anything left of the millions she earned. Now, Bhad Bhabie has admitted that she's earned a ridiculous amount of money on OnlyFans. I think about like 75 million? I'm not entirely sure, but way too much. The related headline says that Bhad Bhabie is sued for over $675,000 of debt despite earning about $1.4 million from OF. So it looks like Danielle Bergoli, Bhad Bhabie, has been running up her Amex, which I know that Amex is fun, but you have to pay it off. And despite being one of the highest earning creators on the platform, making about $1.4 million a month, she's not paying off her credit card. It looks like Bhad Bhabie has promised to repay the Amex account, but she hasn't, and I'm not entirely sure why she wouldn't just pay this off to have the headache go away. In a recent interview, she said that OF is a good way to make a lot of money really fast, but it's only good if you don't spend it right away. In response to the recent lawsuit, Bhad Bhabie said it's not true. Where do they get this stuff from? But you can't make up a filed lawsuit in court, so Bhad Bhabie might need to go and check in with her accountant.
Bhad Bhabie posted her earnings from OnlyFans of $71 million. Man, if y'all were paying $71 million for a shot at Poo-Tang, I will get to posting tomorrow. Just let me know. Bhad Bhabie states $32 million of that was direct messages alone, $24 million of that was through subscriptions, and then $300,000 of it in user tips. Like I said, I can spread it. I can spread it for $71 million. Shit. There's been no response from Bhad Bhabie regarding this lawsuit. There's no details about a court date, if there's going to be any settling of this court case or anything of that nature. So whether this case is going to be done privately or publicly, none of that has been mentioned.
Our next blind item is about Jay-Z. It reads, one of the companies that manages most of the holdings of this permanent A-list rapper is about to file for bankruptcy. And it seems like right now Jay-Z may be having some issues with some of the wealth he has, some of the properties he owns. This comment reads, but the properties still belong to him. I wonder if this means they haven't been performing required maintenance and upgrades. Well, Jay-Z's gonna have to sit down and figure it out soon because he's currently been in a battle with Tony Buzbee, one of the main lawyers who was calling out Diddy. You guys may remember that Tony Buzbee also called out Jay-Z for allegedly R-wording a 13-year-old girl with Diddy, but Jay-Z proved that he wasn't even in the state at that time, which is why he went after Tony Buzbee, because you can't publicly say this about me if I have not done it. And I actually support Jay-Z going and defending himself if he can go and prove that it was not him. And that's what he did. But he also decided to go and sue Tony Buzbee for even bringing this case up, but the judge has sided with Tony. Jay-Z sued Tony Buzbee for extortion based on the demand letters, as well as defamation based on 6 interviews that he had given. One last count of defamation was based off of Tony Buzbee liking a post about Jay-Z on X. I actually had a really good friend who was harmed by a DJ, and the DJ was able to go and counter sue her because of certain tweets and likes and retweets, and I think that is such BS. Like, how could you be sued for defamation for liking a video? Alex Spiro, Jay-Z's lawyer, said that they will be appealing this ruling, trying to get Tony Buzbee back into court. Tony Buzbee praised the ruling as thoughtful and well-reasoned, saying no matter how Jay-Z's lawyers try to spin it, they lose. Sending a demand letter for an alleged victim isn't extortion. period.
Stop believing the media. I'm telling you, because they be lying to y'all. They want y'all favorites to look so perfect and so good. Like, this ain't exempt, and I cannot wait for him to come down. I know y'all love him, and I'm not arguing with nobody in the comments. Diddy got his little moment, but he next. Then he gonna leave Diddy to the wayside, knowing you one of his closest homies. You ain't say a thing since that man been arrested. Come on out that dog. Yeah, come on, bring that ass here.
Let's be honest, I did not anticipate seeing Tyler Perry and Meghan Markle in a blind item together. This one reads, how many other actors got paid $500K to go away and not say anything about how they were harmed and groomed? The actor, writer, producer, director is very, very quiet. Do you think the illiterate one will disavow him? Probably not until she could find a new plane to use. What is up with all these celebrities using each other for each other's private jets? I mean, maybe if I was one of them, I would actually, you know what? A private jet scares me. I don't want to be in a small plane, and I've heard they're really bumpy, so, you know, I'll take my commercial. This comment reads that Meghan Markle would never rock the boat at this point in her career. If Tyler Perry actually goes down, she'll find a way to express her terrible sadness for his victims. This comment reads that Meghan can try to distance herself from Tyler Perry, but he's still the godfather to her and Harry's daughter. They gave him the role of godfather after he gave them support and a place to stay when they first moved to the US. Another comment reads that the Tyler Perry story is heating up. Bad news for the illiterate one, especially given her love of private jets. She used him frequently to try and prop up her reputation, but it's probably safe to say that she's rethinking that approach. I had no idea that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were so close to Tyler Perry, but this headline reads that they are silent amid the scandal that he's currently being sued. If you guys have not heard, he's currently being sued by Derek Dixon for $260 million, $130 million for each butt cheek that Tyler Perry grabbed. And there was an interesting interaction between these two on the red carpet recently that body language experts were paying attention to. Go ahead and take a look at that moment here. This comment reads that Harry and Meghan are in a lose-lose situation. Keeping their distance has backfired either way. If Tyler Perry is exonerated, their lack of support will be seen as betrayal. If the allegations against Tyler are proven, distancing themselves to protect their brand will appear as opportunistic and ungrateful. In the 2022 Netflix docu-series, Tyler Perry spoke about his close friendship with the couple and how he offered them refuge at his home in LA when they came to the US. Tyler said that you guys can stay as long as you need to. Harry actually replied saying, maybe we'll stay forever, which I would definitely eyeball him if I heard that. Not forever. Now you guys going from mooching on the monarchy to mooching off of Tyler Perry.
They were pretty serious on the phone. I go, okay, what's going on? I said, well, we'd like for you to be Lily's godfather. I go, well, I'd take a minute to take that in. And I thought I'd be honored. I'd absolutely be honored. And I got off the phone, took it all in, then I called him back. I go, hold on a second. Does this mean we got to go over there and do all of that in the church with them and figure all that out? Because I don't want to do that. Maybe we can do a little private ceremony here and let that be that. And if you have to do it there, then it's okay.
As for Tyler, he has stood for the couple even when the public was against them. So I would think it's pretty effed up if they go and ditch their friend now, even though he does seem like he's a monster. But I think it's reflective that this couple is just as bad. And it seems like Tyler Perry is almost as equally as opportunistic here because he almost wants to be seen as a hero, that he stepped in and saved this couple when the UK had abandoned them, when in reality they abandoned their entire family.
Meghan Markle recently said that you reached out to her and said, come, you know, you can live in my home.
Yeah, it was a very difficult time for them. And what I know about the two of them, and I wish the world knew how much they love these two people love each other. They found each other out of all these odds against them finding each other, they found each other. And the love that they have is really, really moving. And I just wanted to do anything I could to support them.
Isn't that funny? Sometimes you know when you meet someone, you know, sometimes you can see like what love is and you can tell right away.
Yeah. And if I don't have that, what she and Harry have, I don't want it. That's really amazing.
Wow.
Our next blind item is about Britney Spears, Jaden Federline, her son, Cade Hudson, and her brother, Brian Spears. It reads, an offspring of the permanent A-lister seems to be able to get her to do whatever he wants. Will he get her to perform again? That is what her manager and her brother have been pushing him to get her to do. Britney's finally reconnecting with her sons after being in a conservatorship for most of their lives. So I would think it's so majorly effed up if her manager and her brother are trying to use that relationship to go and get her to perform. This comment reads that it sounds like two people, her brother and her manager. These two want her to perform and maybe asking her son to try to talk to her into it so they can make money off of her. Another comment reads that Britney has her demons and not denying that, but she took care of her kids to the best of her abilities. They're 18 years old and they want to give their mom a break. They've become leeches now, and that is so sad. She unfortunately won't cut them off even if she was in her right mind. Another comment reads, damn, kids didn't pay her any attention when dad was getting child support and money was coming in. Now that they're adults, they're all about Britney, and she's probably so excited and drugged out to know that they're manipulating her. How sad. Another comment reads that they're going to get her to do it against her will. Well, I hope Jaden is able to see through the bad intentions here and he's not pressuring his mother, but it does seem like he's spending a ton of time with her recently. I have a feeling that he could just do what he wants because I see him out here driving her car, hanging out in LA. Britney shared that she and her son Jaden went to church that day. They sang and they praised. The pair's latest outing comes days after the singer shared a video of Jaden driving a convertible. Sitting in the passenger seat, you can see Britney leaning over and messing with her son's hair as he's driving her car. Britney said that Jaden is 6'3" now. His hands are so big. How long am I going to be in shock? It's so incredibly crazy. It's not even funny. I'm blessed. Just be careful with my heart too. That's a little bit foreshadowing, seeing that she's like already a little bit cautious when it comes to her own son. While Jaden and his older brother Preston are currently based in Hawaii with their dad Kevin, it appears that Jaden may have been moved up here and living with Britney. We did see Jaden give an interview back in 2022 with ITV News. They did a little documentary about Britney, and he said, we've both been through so much pressure in the past, revealing that he hopes the best for Britney. Jaden was also positive about fixing their strained relationship, adding, I 100% think it could be fixed, but I think it's just going to take a lot of time and effort. And I do think there's hope when it comes to Jaden. As far as Preston goes, he's a little bit older. Maybe he has seen some more, but I hope Jaden is a good force for her and not trying to force her back into the studio.
If Britney Spears ever made a comeback, it would take over the entire world. I feel like if she ever got her health completely together, I'm like speaking fictionally because I don't think it'll ever happen, but I'm saying if she ever did, I think that the tour would be similar, if not bigger, than the Eras tour. To me, there are tiers of pop stars. We have Sabrina, we have Tate McRae, we have Lana Del Rey, we have Charlie XCX. All those girls are on a lower tier, no offense. Then we have Beyonce. Then we have Taylor Swift. Then we have Britney Spears. I kid you not, there's no budget. If it ever happened, I would fucking spend $50,000 on a front row ticket for Britney Spears. There is no budget for Miss Britney Spears.
Let's talk about this hot mess, Katie Price. The blind item reads, the foreign-born Get Naked model Yachter really was hoping to get her offspring signed up for the DIY site the day she turned 18. She has been counting on that money and fame. It's probably why she was banned from the birthday party. This comment reads, there's a special place in hell for mothers who would encourage their daughters to do that. It's right up by the furnace. My mom encouraged me to go to college. She looks like she is already there. This comment reads that she disgusts me. This reply writes, absolutely, that's her child. Does Katie really want to screw up her own child this way? Sick and terrible parent, no doubt about it. I can already tell you that I'm not on Katie Price's side because any mother who's banned from their daughter's birthday party is in the wrong. Now they're saying that Katie wasn't actually banned by her own daughter. She was banned by production because the event was being filmed for this series on ITV television, which Katie has been banned from appearing on. Katie also had an awkward moment when she was forced to delete her 18th birthday tribute to Princess on Friday because she had shared it 2 days too early. Does she even know when her daughter's birthday is? Princess's television show will focus on her home life with her father, Peter, his wife, Emily, and her big brother, Junior, as well as her career as an influencer and being made by Pete's management company, Can Associates. Sounds like a boring show in my opinion, but comment below if you're a fan. Now, of course, Katie is not happy that her daughter, Princess, is not allowed to be around her, and here's what she has to say about that.
because
Yeah, we'll
certain
save that one.
people don't think it's good for Princess to be seen with me. Oh, it's pathetic. I'm her mother. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't affect mine and Princess's relationship, but it's so sad.
Even though Katie's going through it, it seems like her daughter Princess is doing well. A source says that the last few weeks have been really special for Princess. She's been filming her own television show as she approaches her birthday milestone. So she's been working really hard behind the scenes to create this influencer career, which is pretty sad that she's like 18 years old and trying so hard to be an influencer instead of trying to do something maybe a little bit more productive. Meanwhile, her mother has been hitting the headlines for all the wrong reasons. She's been partying and posing in her bikini and getting lots of attention. It should be Princess's time in the limelight, but sadly, Katie just can't help herself. She's been doing everything to keep herself in the papers. Anyone who knows Princess will say that she loves her mom, but equally, she's having a very difficult time. Comment below if you guys had a mom growing up who just acted like they wanted to be young constantly, wearing inappropriate clothing or acting immature. I know that's a thing. But when it comes to Katie Price, she is a different kind of beast. She has so many different problems, and I actually found a clip that she's been accused of harming animals. So I think that proves to you guys how evil this Katie Price woman really is.
Katie Price has blamed her daughter, Princess, for the death of one of her dogs. In 2020, the 46-year-old bought the youngster a puppy for her 13th birthday, but it ended in horror when Rolo got stuck in an electric armchair and died. In her new book, This Is Me, Katie addresses the incident and the other occasions she's been accused of animal cruelty. Katie wrote, "The breeder we had bought the dog from had given us CBD oil to give this dog, and I don't know if Princess had given it too much or what, but we knew it would sleep a lot, and that day it had gone under the reclining chair to sleep and no one had realised, and it had been crushed. We took it to the vets when it died and paid for an autopsy because we wanted to understand what happened, and they said breeders should never have given us CBD oil to use." 7 animals have died under Katie's care to date, and there is an ongoing petition with 37,000 signatures to stop the mum of 5 from owning another pet.
Our next blind item is about Todd and Julie Chrisley. It reads, "This husband and wife reality star hate each other. You would think after years of absence it would make the heart grow fonder. Nope, they just talk when the cameras are rolling." Well, I don't know how Julie even looks at Todd after that court hearing where they both were sent to prison and it was exposed that he was having an affair with one of his male business partners that I don't think we're all too surprised about. This comment reads that they blame each other for going to jail. Another person writes, "How is Todd not gay?" Steve adds, "Having a wife that he never talks to isn't really a sign of being straight." But if you guys did not hear, Donald Trump decided to pardon these two. They actually share an attorney, which is why I think he did pardon them. Kind of like the attorney gave him a deal or did him a favor, and now he has to give him a favor back. And it looks like what Donald Trump could offer him is to go and pardon a couple of his clients. Now, it looks like they do have big plans because they plan on getting back into television, moving to South Carolina, buying a mansion, and converting it into a hotel for a new show. Todd and Julie were convicted of tax evasion and bank fraud in June 2022 and were sentenced to 12 and 7 years. So Todd had 12, Julie had 7. They each spent 2 years in prison before they got their pardons. That really nobody saw coming. Todd said that he felt no shame in getting pardoned in a press conference last month because he was convicted of doing something he did not do. He said it could be you. Somewhere there has been a family member that's been affected by this system, and that he will continue to fight for other prisoners dealing with injustices. And guess what? I know that our justice system is so messed up, but when it comes to the Chrisleys, I just don't know if we got that one wrong.
He said, "Chrisley, go get your stuff." I said, "I don't have anything. I've given it all away. I've got my notebook." And he said, "What's in there?" And I said, "All the notes I'm going to use to tell on y'all when I get out. And it's under my legal name." And he said, "Let's go." So when I walked out, all the men had lined up.
Well, when we drove in, I saw them through the windows, all lined up.
They all lined up in the lobby, and they started chanting when I walked out.
Aww.
And I started crying.
What, is he like everyone's boyfriend? Is that why they're all mad that he's leaving?
And they said, "Don't leave us behind." And I'm not going to leave those guys behind because I know how they have been abused from the case managers, from the counselors, not doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know, you've got a CMC there, Albert Cheatham, who has done nothing to help these men. He has lied on them. He's not done his job. He's not processed their paperwork. People that are staying over the time they're supposed to be there. When they're looking into these cases now, they're seeing that these men and women that were employed by the Bureau of Prisons should be fired. They should have criminal charges brought against them for falsely incarcerating someone for longer than what they should be there. So I just think that for walking out that day, having that moment and knowing that all those guys know that I'm going to fight for them and that I fought for them while I was there.
That would be quite a turn of events if we see that Todd Chrisley becomes a representative for the justice system. Kind of reminds me of like when Kim Kardashian would go and help like select prisoners get out of prison. I mean, I'm not denying that our justice system is messed up, but I do think it's interesting how he got out, and I don't know, again, if we messed up when it came to that conviction. I mean, tax fraud and evasion, that's like paperwork. You could pretty much track that. But either way, I could just tell that he is happy to be out and to be free. And thank you guys for watching this episode of Blinded and Breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys tune in to our daily videos here on the channel and the Let's Get Into It podcast. We just dropped an episode yesterday, so go and check that out. And I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye, guys.